Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
If only every day could be Shabbat Shalom, right?
Right. Oh, Lord.
I want to welcome all those that are here today for the first time. Thank the Most High for bringing you to the light of Zion. All right, so today's Torah portion is Numbers 30.
Yeah, verse 2 is 36 and 32.
Verse 2,
Chapter 36 and 32.
chapter 36 and 13. All right, so we ask the Most High send forth the angels to give us understanding on this day. Go over a couple of scriptures before we go into the 12th portion. Give me Colossians 3 and 17.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17.
Come on.
And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Other One Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Him.
Right, so everything we do, the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua's name as the true spiritual power that's in heaven, that's going to be established right here on earth, thus saith the Most High. So, the Most High put on my spirit to just, let the congregation know that everything is going according to prophecy, that there's a short time left, that the heathens know that. Okay, that's why a lot of them diverting their currency. They got offshore accounts. They got these underground bunkers. They have all these so-called contingency plans to try to, evade the judgment from the Most High, yeah, right? But everything is going to go according to thus saith the Most High. Give me Sirach 3 and 21.
The book of Sirach, page 72 in the Apocrypha.
Wait, start from 19.
Chapter 3, verse 19. Many are in high places and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek.
Right, so what is a mystery? Right, a secret not known to everyone, right? Read that again.
Many are in high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek.
Right, so we are the meek. Okay, because a lot of people are confounded in these last days. There's things, whenever some kind of catastrophe happens or something happens in society, Esau always jumps out there. He tries to give some type of scientific understanding of why things happen. Okay, all these sicknesses, illnesses that they have, or things that are in the Bible, but they give it scientific names so they can label it. They can prescribe medication. Okay, there's money involved. This is a $1 billion industry for the medical people, right? So the Most High said He would reveal His mystery, things that are not easily understood unto the meek. Okay, we are the meek of the earth, the nation of Israel. We are the ones that are last high, the first fire, the ones in the ghettos and the slums, talking about no justice, no peace. Right? Come on.
For the power of the Most High is great, and He is honored of the lowly.
Mm-hmm.
Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength.
Right, so you see, this thing in social media is, you got people with doctrines for days. Okay? Is the earth flat and all these things, that the Most High will reveal to us in the last days. And they can't even, what we need to do is to grasp the basic idea of keeping the commandments of the Most High. Okay, you see brothers and sisters on Facebook, on Twitter, battling, over ideology for days. Okay, but where are they today? Okay, the Most High set aside the Shabbat day from all the other days. But they may be at home on the keyboard, on Facebook, on social media, debating over some type of doctrine. All right, read that again.
For the power of the Other One is great, and he is honored of the lowly.
Mm-hmm.
Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength.
Right, so some things are above our wavelength, our understanding. Why? Because the Most High's thoughts are what? Are not our thoughts. Neither are his ways our ways. Okay? So a lot of people think that they got an understanding, like you might see us we got 100% of the truth. Right? But the scriptures say we know in part and what? And we prophesy in part. Okay? If any leader of any congregation is telling you that they have 100% truth, or you're not going to be saved unless you in their congregation, they're lying to you. The Most High is going to take a remnant out of each congregation. Those that he decides to have mercy and compassion upon. Okay? Those of us that are what? Are rehearsing these righteous acts. That are not selling for less, that we seeking for that level of what? Perfection. Because people in society say, oh, well, nobody can be perfect. That you don't have to keep none of the laws. Okay? The laws that we broke is what has separated us from the Most High. So subsequently, what's going to bring us back to the Most High? By being obedient to the Lord's statute commandments. Okay, that is our love connection between the Most High and Mashiach Yahushua. Right? Come on.
Verse 21. Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength.
Right, so they wonder about what's in outer space. Okay? Asking all kind of different people beyond on YouTube, on social media, battling over scriptures. But they fail to what? Love one another as in love thyself. You may see a person in a different Israelite camp that won't salute you or won't say nothing to you because you're not in their congregation. But they claim to know the scriptures. They claim to love the Most High.
Right.
Right? The Most High said, if you hate your brother, you are equal to what?
Murderer.
To a murderer. So how do you know the Most High? See, these are basic things that a lot of these people are missing. Right? Because they let pride get before them, and what? Pride comes before a fall. Come on.
But what is commanded thee? Think thereupon with reverence. For it is not needful for thee to see with thy eyes the things that are in secret.
Right, so a lot of stuff that we believe is what? Through faith. Okay. What's the definition of faith?
Hebrews 11:1.
Give me the definition of faith. I went through this in the office class. Right, because a lot of people only believe in things that are what? That are tangible, things that they can feel, things that they can touch. Right? But what? The time is growing short. Right? The time is growing short.
That's right.
A lot of people are putting off tomorrow that what they can accomplish today. You ever see people like even my father? He gave up the spirit at 70 years old. A lot of people say, "Well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this when I retire." Sometimes that retirement never comes. Right? You want to travel. Now, at the age 70 or 65, do you have the same mobility as 20 or 30? No. So you're not going to enjoy the same thing at that age. Right? So we got to live the life the Most High gave us, okay, in righteousness at that moment. Because why? Tomorrow is promised to no one. We say, well, I'm going to do this next week. Tomorrow, how do you know next week is going to come to you? Right? Read that.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Read it again.
Verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Right, so a lot of people may think that we're crazy, that we believe in an unseen God, right? But it's documented, okay? All the nations knew of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, okay? How he conquered and devoured all these nations that came up against the nation of Israel, okay? His only begotten children, right? So there were stories left, there was things that documented about our God, okay? When our God went after the nation, that was it. They were destroyed. They were annihilated. All right? So we continue to walk in faith that the things that are written in this Bible, okay, best instructions before leaving earth shall come to pass. Right? Like I was mentioning about the prison ministry, how, I watched Sinetta on this, so-called conscious community, how they're trying to find fault in the Bible, trying to discredit the Bible, right? So I posted a comment on there. I said, well, when you take away the Bible from my people, what are you going to replace it with? Right? Because past Tuesday, we had the prison ministry. So there were like 7 brothers there. I said, what's the first thing that a person picks up when they get locked up? They said the Bible. Right? So the same Bible is what this so-called conscious community said they want to take away from our people. But when you're doing a prison bit, that's your comfort, the Bible. Right? This is what gets you in your court dates. Okay? When the prosecutor's telling you that you're facing 20 years, trust me, you're going to be in that Bible real thick. Okay? If you're looking at 30 years, you're going to be in that Bible. Right? But the conscious community, they want to take the Bible away. They don't have no Kemet book, no other book that they call all these other gods, whatever. Our people pick up the Bible. Right? So let's go back. Go back to Sirach.
The book of Sirach, chapter 3, verse 19.
Go read at
22.
Okay.
Verse 22. But what is commanded thee? Think thereupon with reverence. For it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret.
Right. So what's commanded of us to do as Hebrew Israelites? To observe the Lord's statute commandments. Okay, the best of our ability. Okay, and be around like-minded individuals that want to keep the commandments as well. And that's why it's going to deter you. So why you got to keep those up? Well, sister, why you got to cover your head? Or why you got to wear a dress or a skirt? You look more sexy in pants. Put on pants. These are things that our sisters have to hear. Or the brother, well, why you got to grow your beard? Why you going to shave your beard? You look more handsome if you shave your beard. Right? These are things that we have to hear in this society. But if we are amongst like-minded people, okay, we know that we encourage each other to do the right things according to these scriptures. Right? We're not going to tell each other to go off, but persuade each other, encourage each other to keep the commandments of the Most High Yah. For our own benefit. The Most High wrote this, he left this for our benefit. Okay? That we will be in harmony with the powers of heaven, with the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, and the holy angels. Don't you know we have angels that protect us at any time?
Yeah.
You ever been on the highway and you see a car accident that you just avoided? Okay, now I remember years ago, I think I was in college at the time, and I was driving, and I think I skidded on some ice, and my car spin around, right? And there were cars that was coming, but when I started spinning, there was no cars. And when I came out of the spin, this head went straight.
Hallelujah.
Right? So I know that had to be the angel of the Most High. Because I saw cars coming behind me, but when I was in that spin out, there were no cars around. Right? So I know a lot of people can give a testimony of a situation where you know that you wouldn't be here today, but the angel of the Most High camped around you. Right? So you want to make sure that when you send up your prayers, that your prayers go not unanswered. Okay? But this comes with what? By keeping a relationship with the Most High Yah. Don't just wait till you get in a situation in need that you want to talk to the Most High, right? But when the Most High bless you with things, you still go to the Most High. Because a lot of our people only call the Most High when in time of need. Right? So that's like you trying to use the Most High. How are you going to use the power of heaven? We can't do that. Come on. 23.
Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto thee than man understand.
Right, so we can't be curious of things that's be, like I say, beyond our level. You understand? The Most High gave us the commandments of life. Okay, and this is what we need. Give me Baruch 4:1.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1.
Come on.
This is the book of the commandments of the Most High.
This is what?
This is the book of the commandments of the Most High.
Right, so this is the book. A lot of people question, is the Bible the authentic book of God, of the Most High God? Yes, it is. That's why the white man had you swearing on the court system. That's why they have in God we trust. Okay? The Bible is the authentic book of the Most High God. Right? Read that again.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1.
Read.
This is the book of the commandments of the Most High.
Come on.
And the law that endureth forever.
How long?
Forever.
Right, that endure forever. So the churches say they want the laws are done away with. Right? But this says that what? That the Most High's law, his commandments endure forever. Right? This is what makes you successful, makes you prosper by keeping his commandments. This is what makes you what? Illuminated. Okay? The more commandments that you embody in your spirit makes you illuminated above the other nations, that you become like a God. Having the knowledge of the Most High, that you are able to, in any situation, be able to apply wisdom. What is the definition of wisdom? The proper application of knowledge. Okay? That you are able to answer a question with the wisdom of the Most High. What's the first thing they do when we do street ministry? They say, oh, put the Bible down, tell me with your own words.
Right.
Why they want to hear our own words? Because they want us to get us trapped up. The Most High said, let his word be true, but what? Every lie. Right? So you know there has to be something demonic for them to tell you, well, put the Bible down and tell me your own words. And these are the same people that go to church. These are your Kirk Franklins. Okay? Even though you may see T.D. Jakes or Creflo Dollar reading out of the Bible, they don't believe in the Most High God. They don't believe in his word. Okay? They are right now allowing the LGBTQ, ABCD in their churches. Right? Having different foundations set up for them.
I heard they got like they're giving reparations to gays.
Right. It goes back to the Stonewall, I think it was 1969. Right? A situation happened in New York where the police raided some homosexuals in Greenwich Village, whatever. Okay. But how could you? That's to show you. And the whole thing with the gay rights movement wiped out the civil rights movement. It was replaced. Okay. And for a so-called black man to be out there marching for gay rights, and you're not even known as a whole man, you're still considered 3/5 of a man.
Right.
But you're marching for gay rights. Okay. Okay. Is there any gay rights with the Most High? Nah, that's abomination. This to show you how this society is twisted. All right, come on.
All they that keep it shall come to life.
All that what?
That keep it shall come to life.
Right, so it said all they that keep it shall come to life. So what does that mean? You make movies like The Walking Dead. A person may be walking, breathing, talking, but they can be what? Spiritually dead. Why not? Because they have not applied these laws and commandments to their life. So they're what? They're spiritually dead. Come on.
But such as leave it shall die.
But what?
Shall die.
Such as leave it shall die. Okay? You don't want to be the next one here talking about making a video why I used to be a Hebrew Israelite. Okay? There are many of them out there. Because some of them, they what? They put their trust in man instead of analyzing and understanding this Bible. Okay, they want to be men pleasers. They put their trust in man and not studying themselves in the Bible. Okay, because we don't expect you to believe anything we say, but we do expect you to what? To study and show yourself approved. Right? People come out, we go out and do street ministry. Many people go, oh, they're in that moment. They believe, they say they're gonna come to class. Some come, some don't. But guess what? On the judgment day, they're never gonna be able to say that what? They were not warned. They did not get this word. Okay, so that's why we encourage the men here to be able to orate, to be able to deliver this word, wholesome words. Okay, the way the Most High wants us to deliver it, so we don't offend anybody. Because some people have been offended with this word. Way some brothers bring it out. You look at YouTube, some brothers using profanity. Okay, I still don't know why that's necessary, because the Most High's word is enough. Right? His word is piercing, cutting the insides and the outsides of a person. You don't need to use any profanity with the Most High's word. It stands alone. Okay, come on.
Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it.
Right, so turn thee, O Jacob. Who is Jacob? The father, the progenitor of the 12 tribes of Israel. Take hold on this word. Okay, this word, you're going to have what? Eternal life. Come on.
Walk in the presence of the light thereof.
Do what?
Walk in the presence of the light thereof.
Right, so it says walk in the presence of the light. So what is the light? Give me that. Right, the law is the light. Right, the law is what illuminates you. Okay, you might wonder why are they showing you favor on your job, or why are they showing you favor at your school or anything like that? It's because you have that light that's shining on you. All right. They see the kingdom. When somebody sees you, they should see the kingdom of God. They should wonder, well, where do you worship at? Where do you get this knowledge, this profound knowledge? Where can I learn this? Like I tell brothers, it's like if you have more fellowship, or if you're with more people, hanging out with more people in the world than your brothers and sisters, something is not right. You're not applying yourself in the right way. Okay. I don't care how pissed off or how deterred you may have had some type of situation with a brother or sister, but it don't beat being out there with the people in the world. Okay. Read that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 23.
What?
For the commandment is a lamp.
For what?
For the commandment is a lamp.
So the commandment is a lamp. What do you do in a lamp? You turn it on, you light up, right? So the commandment is supposed to light you up. Come on.
And the law is light.
And what?
And the law is light.
And the law of the Most High is light. Okay, we don't need anything else. Right? That's why Solomon prayed for what? He prayed for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. With the wisdom, you can get anything. Some of you praying for money every night. Okay. But now, once you get the money, do you have the wisdom to know how to utilize that money? That's why a lot of times, if you do the statistics on a lot of people that hit the lotto, within a year or two, they flat broke. Because why? They don't have no wisdom. They pray for the money, right? They hit the lotto, they hit the jackpot, but within a year or two, what? The money is gone. Okay, so we gotta pray for that wisdom of the Most High, right? That we are able to walk out there and understand what is before us. Give me Judah 8 and 14.
The book of Judith, chapter 8, verse 14.
Well,
for ye cannot find the depth of the heart of a man, neither can you perceive the things that he thinketh. Then how can you search out the Most High?
right, so how can we search out the Most High? How are we going to be think for the Most High? What is he doing? Okay. All we have to do is keep the commandments of the Most High. Yeah. Don't question what the Most High is doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. Okay, he's doing it in his time. Right? Come on.
That have made all things.
That what?
That have made all things.
That have made all things. Because they have all these doctrines about evolution, the Big Bang Theory. Okay, all these scientific understandings of how the earth came about, how man came about. I mean, you have monkeys today still praying for monkeys. They say man evolved from an ape. Okay, the earth was created by a Big Bang Theory. Okay, so all these all these fake religions and ideologies and philosophies, okay, trying to take credit for the Most High Yah, who created the heaven and the earth and all things therein. Come on.
That have made all things, and know his mind, or comprehend his purpose. Nay, my brethren, provoke not the out of one our power to anger.
Right, don't provoke the Most High. Don't question what the Most High is doing. Okay, he don't need no partner. He don't need nobody thinking for him. Okay, well, why did he do it this way? Why you don't do it that way? Okay, we tell people that the Most High loved Israel. No, for God so loved the world. Okay, but where were they when we were in slavery? Where were they during the Tuskegee experiment when they were injecting black men with syphilis? Right? Where were they in these ghettos and slums where they have all these? I was watching the El Chapo series. Okay, how they allowed this man to bring in all these drugs. Okay, they actually 1 year they helped them build an underground jail to tunnel to break out of prison. Okay, showing you how the CIA, the DEA, all these guys are crooked, the FBI, all these government officials. I mean, honestly, I don't even believe he's in jail right now. I think it's a smokescreen. They had some fake trial, whatever. He's probably up in some resort somewhere. Okay, just like they did Noriega, Castro. All these guys were known to be working for the CIA. But all of a sudden, they became bad guys, right? So we can't get caught up in this, like Donald Trump, all of a sudden he said fake news. So how long has it been fake news? It's always been fake news, right? It hasn't been fake news just because when Donald Trump got in office. So how long have they been giving us fake news? That's why when Bill Cosby tried to buy Channel 4, they didn't want that because why? They figured, well, if the blacks have their own news station, they put out the real news, they couldn't have that. That's why he's sitting in jail right now. They didn't put Bill Cosby in jail because of his situation with these women. They put Bill Cosby in jail because they felt like he was getting too much power. He had too much money. Okay, they're like, there's no way we're gonna let a nigga own a major Channel 4 news station. Hell no, that's not gonna happen.
Right.
That's not gonna happen. Okay, so they locked them up. Listen to R. Kelly. How long is R? Because even they did an interview. I don't know if you saw with what's his name, JJ from Good Times. He said that was a norm back then with Bill Cosby. Everybody was doing that. We had Hugh Hefner at his house. All Bill Cosby, all these guys were hanging out there. This was a normal thing. So all of a sudden they try to act like, where's this coming from? Right. So don't be deceived. Don't be misled by the ulterior motives of this white man. He's not doing these things for the good.
Right.
Okay, he's not really trying to establish righteous judgment. Okay, he can care less about what's happening to him because he's expending his own people. He don't care about his own people. You ever hear him use the term poor white trash? Okay. There's only a select few and elect that they only care about. You have your DuPont, your Gettys, your Bush families, your Rockefeller. These are the only people they're concerned about. Everybody else is expendable. They could care less. Okay. But the Most High Yah, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he has our back.
That's right.
But we have to do what? Continue to walk in his law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Okay, and the Most High would do what? He would show mercy and compassion to all these. Okay. I mean, like I said, I go to the jail system each week, and there's a brother going to trial this week. I said I would go and support him. But I mean, this is a horrible thing, sitting up in there, you know, you waiting, and you can actually, they can give you a court date, right? 4 months from now. They'll call you into court and tell you, put it on for another 4 months. Okay, while they're in the court, drinking coffee, drinking tea, and laughing, having a good time. Okay, while you looking at 30, 40 years. Okay, just like that. I saw the other day, they let a man on a so-called black man out of jail. After 35 years, he was wrongfully arrested. Right? How do you return 35 years to an individual? Okay, what type of money can you give that person? Okay, you saw the Central Park 5. As soon as that guy got into jail, he got raped. He had to get raped at least 3, 4, or 5 different times. Okay, so we see these things that this kingdom is not just, right? You can't fix it. You got you had Farrakhan talk about reparations. Okay, a lot of our people are still trying to make America their rest. Well, okay, we'll forgive you just as long as we get reparations. We'll live it again. No, the Most High says, "Give it a righteous thing and recompense tribulation." That's 1:6. Right, the Most High has got to bring recompense on our enemies. Then we can all get along. Right. Right. I put a video out on the group chat. I don't know if you saw it, about they have this white woman running for president. Right. So she's recommending that the U.S. government pay some type of reparation. And when you figure out, it's like what, $30 a family. Right. So then they was in a church, so they had them laying hands on some black individuals and they saying, repeat after me. I apologize for my ancestors did to you and all kind of stuff like that. But you saw the video, right? Right? We don't want any apologies. We want bloodshed. That's right. Okay? We want recompense. Okay? Read that. You guys can read that.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 1, verse 6.
Come on.
Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High.
Right, it's a righteous thing with the Most High God. Come on.
To recompense.
What does it mean to recompense? To pay back. Come on.
Tribulation to them that trouble you.
Right, are we full of tribulation? I asked a white couple at one day at camp. I said, presently, are the people mourning or are the people rejoicing? They even said the people are mourning. So what do you think about the nation of Israel? Right. If a white couple say they mourning, what about the nation of Israel? What do you think? We 6 feet under. Okay. What precept we got?
Psalm chapter 58, verse 10.
Come on. So we got to understand that our salvation comes from the Most High. Okay, we got to endure these last days. Read that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 10.
Come on.
The righteous shall rejoice.
The what?
The righteous shall rejoice.
Come on.
When he seeth the vengeance, he shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked.
Right, so we're going to rejoice when we see this recompense of our enemies. Okay. What about peace? There's not going to be no peace in the Middle East until the real Jews and Israelites are put back in rulership. That's right. They want to forget about the past. They want to let bygones be bygones, but they don't want to get back what they stole. Right. They want us to forget about all of the atrocities that they committed against our people. They want to forget about the slavery that they have done to us for over 400 years. In prison, right now, they're still hanging black people in certain places in the South. Right. Right. This is not like slavery is going away. Can you travel to another country without a passport? Can you just go to the airport and say, I want to go somewhere without a passport internationally? No. If you don't have a passport, in some countries, actually, you have to have a visa. Okay? I saw one time, one year I went to Israel, and there was a so-called Arab woman, Ishmaelite, right? Sometimes they put you through customs, they put you in the area, they question you. So she was in her 20s, mid-20s. So they said, look, they denied her visa. They can actually consider you to be a security threat and don't allow you into the country. So you can actually buy your plane ticket and get to a country, and they see that if they consider you to be a security threat, they can deny you entry. So it's not about having the money, having your ticket. Okay, these people, give me Job 9:24. You finishing that one?
Yes, sir.
Read the rest of that, Job 9:24.
So that a man should say, verily, there is a reward for the righteous.
Why? There's a reward for being righteous. What? A lot of you want to know, why should we keep the commandments? Why should we wait on the Most High? Why should we have the faith of the Most High, Mashiach Yahushua? Right? The Most High said, wait till I rise you up to the prey. Some people try to retaliate against this white man and end up where? In prison. Or end up dead. Okay? You had Malcolm X, by any means necessary. Where is he right now? You had Marcus Garvey with the Black Star Line. Where is he? Right? You had Martin Luther King, peaceful. Where is he? Right? The only one that's going to be able to save us out of this affliction is the Mashiach Yahushua, the world, making call of Jesus Christ, and the holy angels of the Most High Yah. Come on.
Verily, he is a power that judgeth in the earth.
Right. Verily, the Most High judges the earth. Okay. You may not think that he's judging. He is judging. He's letting everything go according to plan. Okay. He's giving this white man enough rope that he can do what? Hang himself. Okay. The white man calls this thing what? He calls it advancement. Okay. But they having gay rights. Okay. Now they try to legalize pedophilia. If you try to legalize pedophilia, why is R. Kelly locked up?
Right.
Yeah.
Right? What's the point of that? Just like for years they was arresting people for marijuana, and what? It's now legal. So how many people went to jail for selling marijuana? Now it's legal. Now you go on social media, you got people that are subscribing or advertising stuff. Okay, all different type of marijuana, different grades of marijuana. Just like the prohibition during when they had the alcohol, right? One time was it illegal? Then they made it legal. They're the one that stamped this thing legal, illegal, so they can make the money. Right now, they passed the law in Canada that you can marry a tree.
It's true. It's true.
I now wed you, husband and tree.
Ecosexual.
What ecosexual, right? Having intercourse with a tree, with a branch.
Right.
Oh, when you get splinters?
Huh?
When you get splinters?
They'll get something more than splinters. They'll get fire for the Most High.
For
You get fire, they will be stubble. Okay, they're fire for the wood. Okay, come on,
The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24.
come on,
The earth,
come on.
is given into the hand of the wicked.
So the whole entire planet Earth is given into the hand of the wicked. That's why you see these things happen. That's why you see the earth is topsy-turvy. Okay? They say in God we trust, but what God are they talking about? Not the God of the Bible. Because the God of the Bible would never pass same-sex marriage. The Most High destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. We actually, me and the minister, he was had an opportunity to go to Zion this year, and we stopped at Sodom. And I forgot the smell. So when we got there, Shama said, "What's that smell like?" It smelled like a tire was burning, right? But it was actually the sulfur. You can still smell the sulfur and Sodom being burnt when the Most High burnt Sodom and Gomorrah, right? And the year before, when I went down, when I actually put my hand on one of the mountains, like the mountain actually crumbled in my hand. So right now, in that whole city of Sodom, there's nothing growing there. It's like barren. Huh.
Is that the way the Most High destroyed America?
That's the way it's going to destroy, right?
High
Because
land mass would be like a big.
you have that in Isaiah where the Most High destroyed America, Babylon. It's like creeping creatures like.
You're gonna look at the mealworms and
Right. America's gonna look like Sodom and Gomorrah, like Egypt, all like a Tootsie Roll, all wrapped up into one. Okay. All the plagues that the Most High put. They just had somebody show me the other day where there was some grasshoppers that was in Nevada, Las Vegas, right? All over the place. Okay. This is you're looking at the same plagues, the things that the Most High did in ancient Egypt. Because what America is known as what? That spiritual Egypt. It's known as spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay. Why I say spiritual? Because it takes on all the custom of these ancient kingdoms. Okay. Read that. You got it?
I'm playing like this man, like Egypt.
Right.
Yes. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 8.
What?
I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness.
Right. So the Most High is not gonna. You see a lot of things happening right now to America. Okay. Beyond imagination. Most of us say he's not going to hold his tongue anymore. Because America got to the point where they figure, like, what? God must look like them. Because America has got away for many years of doing their wickedness, and the Most High allowed them to do it. Right? Come on.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 8.
Come on.
I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness.
Right.
Which they profanely commit.
That what?
Which they profanely commit.
Which they profanely commit. They don't hide it anymore. The thing about being in the closet homosexual is no more. Now people look at you crazy if you're a man and a woman in a relationship.
Right.
Okay. Why aren't you having sex with an animal?
Or a child.
Okay. Or a child. Okay. This is how twisted the society has become. Read on.
Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they do wickedly.
They do what?
Wickedly.
They do wickedly. Come on.
Exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me.
Right.
And the souls of the just complain continually.
Right.
And therefore said the other one, I will surely avenge them. I will and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them.
Come on.
Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter.
Right, our people in these churches, okay? John 3:16. Right? People eating all these different abominations. Ham, shrimp, lobster. Okay? Come on.
I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm.
Right, so the Most High is going to redeem us out of this modern day Egypt, which is called America. Come on.
And smite Egypt with plagues.
And do what?
Smite Egypt with plagues.
Right, the Most High is plaguing America. He said, I'm going to smite Egypt with plagues. Come on.
As before.
As what?
As before.
As before, as in ancient times, that he's doing it what? Today. Come on.
And will destroy all the land thereof.
And will do what?
And destroy all the land thereof.
He's going to destroy all the lands before us. Come on.
Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague.
Come on.
And punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it.
Right, the Most High is going to bring punishment. Come on.
They that till the ground shall mourn for their seeds, shall fail through the blasting in hell. And with the fearful constellation, woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Right, so that's why we got to do what we got to separate ourselves. Okay, we got to separate ourselves, and before we can see a actual Zion, we gotta spiritually in our minds separate ourselves from America. A lot of you made America your rest. Okay, how many of you desire just to go to Zion, just to visit? We were taught that years ago that we can't go, we shouldn't go to Israel. We gotta wait till Christ come back. Since we've been going back to Israel, the land started becoming green again. Okay, there's a brother over there right now that has got a political visa, political asylum, that he has now a permanent visa now in Israel. So that's an avenue now for those of us. I mean, you know, he probably had to pay a lawyer to get it, but that's an avenue. Okay, that's an avenue to get over there, because right now, you know, it's hard. We go there every time we go through customs. It's a hassle. Asking this question, that question, who you going to see. Last time they asked me who bought my ticket. Okay, so the idiotic question that we have to go through to go to our own land, right? So we gotta, just like you desire to go to Brazil or or Hawaii. These are only different countries that, places where it costs a lot of money. Take a trip to go to China. It tells you that the what? That the land is longing to see you. Right? The land is fullest without the people of the land. Okay? There were even situations where there was water that was sprouting out of areas that was desert. Just popping out of nowhere, water coming out of the land. And this has been happening since a lot of us started been going back to Israel. Right? We got to get this flush this American thing out of our minds. So let's get into the portion. Numbers 30. So put your mind at rest that the Most High knows what He's doing. Okay, and let us deal with the earthly things that the Most High gave us. Don't put your mind on heavenly things. Leave that to the Most High. He's got that under control. Okay, our main thing to do is what? Is to rehearse the righteous acts, keep His laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Read that.
The book of Numbers, chapter 30, verse 1. And Moses spake unto the heads of the tribes concerning the children of Israel, saying, this is the thing which the Most High has commanded. If a man vow a vow unto the idol one, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceeded out of his mouth.
Right, so this goes into the importance of making a vow to me. Okay, when you make a vow to the Most High, this thing is bond. It's a serious matter. Because the Most High will hold you if you break your vow. Right? The scriptures say it's rather that your yea be yea, your nay be nay. Read that.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, I think verse 32. Verse 33. Again, ye have heard that it has been said by them of old time, thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto the Most High thine oath.
Right, so it said you even heard from old time. What were we reading that?
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 33.
So it said old time, what is it doing? It's referring back to what? To the book of Numbers. Okay, read that again.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 33. Again, ye have heard that it has been said by them of old time, thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto the Most High thine oaths. But I say unto you, swear not at all.
So it says swear not at all. A lot of times you go to court, they ask you to swear in the Bible. Most times we not to swear. Come on.
Neither by heaven, for it is the Most High's throne, nor by the earth, for it is His footstool. Neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great King. Neither shall I swear by thy head, because thou cannot make one hair white or black. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay.
Right, so it's either yes or no. Okay, there's no maybe with the Most High. Somebody asks you a question, it's either yes or no. Okay, and if you tell somebody yes, then make your word is bond. On earth, it's going to be bond in heaven. Right? So, making a vow is a serious matter. We're going to go through this. Give me Deuteronomy 23 and 21. Deuteronomy 23 and 21.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, verse 21.
Come on.
When thou shalt vow a vow to the idol one thy power, thou shalt not slack to pay it.
Right, so you're not supposed to slack to pay what you vow to the Most High. Okay, come on.
For the idol one thy power will surely require it of thee, and it will be a sin in thee.
Right, so if you make a promise to the Most High and you're going to do something, you don't do it, that's considered sin. Okay. And what is sin? Transgression of the law. Okay? The wage of sin is what? It's death with the Most High. Right? Come on.
But if thou shalt forbear to vow, it should be no sin in thee. That which is gone out of thy lips, thou shalt keep and perform. Even a free will offering, according as thou hast vowed unto the out one thy power, which thou hast promised with thy mouth.
Right, so we got to be careful what comes up, what we say out of our mouth. Okay, because what you say out of your mouth, what? It can't come back. Right? So that's why the scripture said, let your word be seasoned with salt at all times. Right? Coming up in school, what did they tell you? Sticks and stones will break your bones, or what? Words will never hurt you. But when you read the Bible, it tells you what? The opposite.
Right.
So everything that we learned in these education systems, we learned that what? It was wrong. It was the wrong thing. All right. So everything we go back in our childhood, we say, well, okay, Esau taught me this, but now it's that. The Most High said it's this. Okay. Whenever Esau told you to go left, we know that we got to do what? We got to go right. If he told us to go up, we know we had to go down. He told us everything the opposite way. Okay. Because he's a negative part of life. We get a positive. Right? He's good. Listen, we can talk about the white man all day, but guess what? He is doing what he was created to do. Okay? He was created to play the part of Satan, and he's doing it to the best of his ability. He went above and beyond. Right. He got the extra credit. We're the ones that are falling short. We're the ones that are not doing what's following up to our expectations. We're the ones that fell short. Okay, we can talk about the white man all day, but guess what? He's doing what he was created to do. So guess what? We have to do what we were created to do, to be the righteous. Right? So I was listening to that conscious community, and they were talking. They had Dr. York's son up there, and he was saying that, oh, we're greater than Africans. We're greater than being calling ourselves Hebrews. What's the greatest name that the Most High gave us? Huh? Israel. Meaning what? He is a prince of power. Okay? We are a prince of power. We are connected to the Most High. Right? Out of all nations of the earth, we are the children of Israel, the children of the Most High God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because why? All the gods of the other nations are what? Are idols. Right? This book it says what? Encyclopedia of Gods. Right? 2,500 deities of the world. Okay? So you had 2,499 false gods, but we serve the true and living God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And this is labeled from A to Z. All the different gods that these different people worship. So why do you think that this world is so messed up right now? Because the true and living God is not being worshipped. But the Most High, it said that what? He's not gonna suffer the wickedness anymore. That's why he's destroying America. And once America is destroyed, guess what? All nations surrounding America is going to be destroyed. Because why? America is the focal point. Okay? Once America is destroyed, all other nations are going to crumble. The Most High is going to make an example out of America like he did with ancient Egypt. He's going to make an example out of America like he did to ancient Babylon. He's going to make an example out of America like he did to the Persians and the Medes. But in these last days, we must have patience. We can't get impatient. A lot of people got impatient. Oh, the Lord's not coming back. I'm going back into the world. Don't you know that Yahweh Shai is waiting on us? We talking about we waiting on Christ to come back. Guess what? He's waiting on us to get ready. How many here can honestly say they are ready if Yahweh Shai came back today? So who's really to blame? Who's really to blame that we are still in captivity? We got to look in the mirror and do what? And blame ourselves. We keep complaining, but guess what? We are holding ourselves here in captivity. The white man knows as long as he continues to have a sin, that we will stay in captivity. The brother called me, a brother reached out to me at his job because he said they had him kept shaving his beard off. And a couple of times he gave him, he shaved his beard. I said, brother, why are you shaving your beard? And reached out, I gave him a letter. So at first they fired him. Then when he got the letter, he went back to the job. So now they allowed him to wear a beard mask, whatever they put over his beard. Right? And I told him, I texted him this morning, I said, never be afraid to keep the commandments of the Most High. Right? So all they were looking for, they wanted a letter of accredited, a letter from a accredited place of worship that this is against the law to shave the beard. I gave them a notarized letter and they accepted it. But he said their attorneys at the job was looking it over. But they know they can't mess with that. Right? But you have to be the strong one to stand up for these commandments. A lot of times we scared. We think, well, I might lose my job if I tell them that I can't keep the Sabbath. Well, I might lose my job if I don't shave my beard. Okay, we can't be scared to rehearse these righteous acts. Okay. The Most High is the one that gave you that job, so He's the one that's going to make sure you keep that job. If you are what? If you remain to be obedient. But if you double-minded or you unsure, that's when you lost out. You lost the battle. Right? Come on. Let's go back to Numbers. So we're dealing with the action of making vows. The severity of making a vow.
The book of Numbers, chapter 30, verse 3. If a woman also vow a vow to the other one, and bind herself by a bond, being in her father's house in her youth.
So now it's different between a man making a vow and a young damsel or a woman making a vow. It's not the same thing. We're going to read on how it differs. Come on.
And her father hear her vow, and in her bond wherewith she has bound her soul. And her father shall hold his peace at her. Then all her vows shall stand. And every bond wherewith she has bound her soul shall stand.
So now this is a young lady staying, she's still in her father's house. So she makes a vow to the Most High. Right? So now if the father hears her making this vow and he does not say anything, then her bond stands solid with the Most High. Right? So that is the power that the father has over the daughter. So we can show you the flip side of that. Read on.
But if her father disallow her in the day that he heareth not any of her vows or of her bonds wherewith she has bound her soul shall stand. And the other one shall forgive her, because her father disallowed her.
So now on the flip side, if she's making a vow, and the father hears her vow, say, listen, you're going off. Okay? He said, listen, I'm not allowing you to make that vow. He has the authority to disallow that vow. And the Most High is going to forgive her because the father disallowed that vow. Okay, come on.
And if she had at all an husband, when she vowed or uttered out of her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, and her husband heard it and held his peace at her in the day that he heard it, then her vow shall stand, and her bonds wherewith she bound her soul shall stand.
So what do you notice the commonality between the husband and the father when it comes to the woman? Huh? The same authority, the same power. Okay? Showing you that the power of the husband. Now, this is why we encourage, the courting process where the man and woman court each other to make sure you're compatible, that you belong together, that it's in the right order, because we don't want you to get yourself in a situation where you in counsel a couple of months after you get together. Okay, or you trying to just strangle each other. or you know how you laying down, you got one eye open, one eye closed. You don't know if she's gonna throw some hot grease on you, some hot grits, or some hot porridge, right? So you want a, and you know what it is. A lot of times, a woman may have come from a previous situation where they made a wrong decision, and they have put their trust in this man. Now they're skeptical about doing it again, right? So that's why when you make this decision to go into a relationship, that you know that this man has the wisdom of the Most High, right? That you have no doubt in your mind that he's instructing you to go the right way. That you can let your guards open because you know that he's going to instruct you to do the right thing. So now, again, the woman is making a vow, right? The husband has the authority to disallow that vow, just like the father. Okay? Showing you the importance of the man's role in a relationship. And it's not easy. A lot of times, the sisters think that, it's easy being in our position. It's not. There's a lot of things that we're responsible for as men that the sister's not responsible for. Okay? It's a hard role. Right? Give me Sirach.
What about marrying off the daughter? A waiting matter, right?
Yeah.
The book of Sirach, chapter 7, verse 24. Was 25, Salakia. Verse 25. The book of Sirach, chapter 7, verse 25.
No, start from 21.
21? Okay.
Verse 21. Let thy soul love a good servant, and defraud him not of liberty. Hast thou cattle? Have an eye to them. And if they be for thy profit, keep them with thee. Hast thou children? Instruct them. And bow down their neck from their youth.
So what does it mean to bow down their neck from the youth? What does that mean?
From the beginning, like one phrase people say, like nip it in the butt. Like when you have a child, don't wait till they're older to warn them or something. Train
It's
them.
more than warn. Yeah, beat them.
Right. Or you can go.
I mean, in this country, see, what happens? This country, they don't allow you to chasten your children. They're ready to get out of control, and they can beat them up in the street. The police hit them over the head.
Right.
Okay. You ever see little white children? Johnny, mommy, I hate you. I wish you were dead. Right? So try to kill their parents, all kind of stuff.
Never bound down.
You know, put them in a corner, get in timeout, and after you get out of timeout, he got a knife. Look, you ever heard of the Menendez case? Those two boys, they probably kill their parents so they can get their inheritance. So this is what they deal with. Okay, come on. Okay.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 19, verse 18.
Come on.
Chasten thy son while there is hope, and let not thy soul spare for his crying.
Right, so while there's hope. Because if we let them get out of control, it gets to the point where you can't do anything anymore. So you don't allow them to get out of control. So we wean up our children in these laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Right? Go back to Sirach.
The book of Sirach, chapter 7, verse 23. Hast thou children? Instruct them, and bow down their neck from their youth. Hast thou daughters? Have a care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful toward them.
Right, so we be stern. I mean, they can know that they can come and talk to us, but they know, like, listen, I'm not playing no games. You understand? Come on.
Marry thy daughter, and thou shalt have performed a weighty matter.
Right, so the Most High said, marry your daughter off, that is a weighty matter. That's a heavy burden. Because you understand that you're giving your daughter to this man that, anything can happen. Or, they be together or whatever. That is a weighty, read that again. It's a weighty matter. Read that again.
The book of Sirach, chapter 7, verse 25. Marry thy daughter, and so shall thou have performed a weighty matter. But give her to a man of understanding.
When it says give her to a man of understanding, don't give it to a Lil Wayne, okay, Jay-Z, okay. Don't give it to any guys like that, but a man of understanding. Okay, come on.
Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not.
So it said, what do you mean a wife after thy mind? Huh? Someone that his mind is on the laws and the commandments. That her mind is also about the kingdom. Okay? You're out there in the Feast of Tabernacle in the Sukkot. Okay, she's out there with you. She's not at home while you're out there in the tent. Okay, we got to be able to come on the same level because what? A nation is built up of what? Of men, women, and children. Okay, so I want to see all the sisters out there in the Feast of Tabernacles. Done? They over there smiling. You must be out of your mind. I ain't going out there. Okay. But the Most High said, all that are Israelite born shall dwell in booths. You know, each year, you know, my family, my wife, we figure out how do we advance, how do we make next year better than last year. Okay, we already started looking at different things that we're going to institute this year. That we, you know, each year when you do it, you're like, okay, I can do something better next year. But when you do the whole week, it's a beautiful experience out there in the nature. You know, we got, you know, brothers go fishing out there. I'm gonna try this year.
All right.
Try to fishing. Every time I try to go fishing, my rod keeps getting tangled up. You know, I'm listen. I gotta catch at least one fish this year.
Got you a good one.
All right, at least one fish I gotta catch. Even if it's a goldfish, I'm catching a fish. Right. So, you know, they got bike riding out there. They got water sports. So there's a lot of, you know, there's stuff for everybody to do out there.
Right.
Right. It's a sacrifice. You know. And you can go there. You can go to work from there. You don't have to say, well, I gotta go. All of us go to work. Some of us take off from work. Some of us go to work from the campsite, right? But at least the Most High said, come out of your private dwellings and go into the booths. Okay, come on. Let's go back to Numbers. We are 7, 8.
Verse 8. But if her husband disallowed her of the day that he heard it, then he shall make her vow, which she vowed, and that which she uttered with her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, of none effect. And the idol wants to forgive her.
Right, so the husband has the ability to disallow her vow, and the Most High will forgive her. So that is the power that the husband has over the woman. Okay, so as a husband, let's not use that power, okay, for negative but for positive. Okay, because a lot of men abuse their wives, and this is not what the Most High has intended. Okay, go ahead and get that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 1.
Come on.
Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment.
Come on.
And a man shall be in hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest. Has rivers of water in a dry place. Has a shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Right, so the man is supposed to be that protection, that hedge around the woman. Okay. But you gotta allow, that male to become a man. Okay, so he can be that hiding place for you. Okay, a lot of times a woman want to be in that man position, but you out of order. Okay, and likewise you got some men down there in feminine. Okay, look at in the church, a lot of feminine spirits. A lot of you saw that video with Kurt Franklin. I was looking at this like this guy is definitely batting for the same team. Okay. But these men are supposed to be, like I'm looking at the comments, they say, he got the God in him, he's spiritual, all kind of stuff like that. Because a lot of people misuse the word spiritual. Okay, what is the word spiritual? Can I sing a spiritual song if I'm not keeping the commandments? No. Okay, the law is spiritual. So if you're not keeping the commandments of God, you are not spiritual. Right? Come on. Go back to Numbers.
Verse 11. And her husband heard it and held his peace at her, and disallowed her not. Then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she bound her soul shall stand.
So now it's important that as a man, if you witness your wife making a vow she's going off, that you disallow that vow. Because why? If you don't, that blood is on your hands and your whole family. Okay. So the wives, you have to be careful of things that you say. Okay, because it can fall upon your children and your whole family. Right? Come on.
Verse 13.
12.
Verse 12. But if her husband utterly made the void on the day he heard them, then whatsoever proceeded of her lips concerning her vow, or concerning the bound of her soul, shall not stand. Her husband has made them void, and the outer one shall forgive her.
Right, so if the husband disallowed a vow, the Most High will forgive her and is willing for it is squashed. Okay, come on.
Every vow and everybody's oath to afflict the soul, her husband may establish it, or her husband may make it void.
Right, so the husband has the ability to establish or to make void that vow. Right, come on.
But if her husband altogether holds his peace at her, from day to day, that he has established all her vows, or all her bonds, which are upon her, he conformeth them, because he held his peace at her in the day that he heard them.
So if every day she's making all these vows and he keeps his mouth shut, he don't say anything, all these things are established with the Most High. Come on.
But if he shall in any ways make them void after that he hath heard them, then he shall bear her iniquity.
He shall what?
Bear her iniquity.
He's going to be responsible for her iniquity. Okay? So a lot of times as a woman, you may get upset with your husband because you don't understand why he's telling you something, but guess what? If he don't say anything, he's in trouble as well. So you all, back and forth, you argue back and forth, because he's telling you something that is according to scripture, that can avoid bringing judgment on the family. So you have to allow him to bring forth righteousness, okay, that it may not affect the dwelling of the family. Huh? Come on.
These are the statutes which shall utter one commanded Moses, between a man and his wife, between the father and his daughter, being yet in her youth, in her father's house.
So this is what the Most High set up between what? Husband and wife, and the father and the daughter while he's in her house. Okay? And that same power is passed on from the father to the husband. That same authority. So now we're in the 31st chapter. Proverbs 31 verse 1. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites, afterward shalt thou be gathered unto thy people. And Moses spake unto the people, saying, Arm some of yourselves unto the war, and let them go against the Midianites, and avenge the Lord of Midian.
So this is after the Most High already told Moses the instruction that he's not going to be able to enter the land. He's going to watch our people to the fight from afar and see the inheritance that he's going to give to our people. The Midianites are a Shemitic people, the children of Keturah, Abraham's second wife. So they're a Shemitic nation. They're mixed up in the east. They're kind of diverse amongst the nations of the east. Right? Read.
Of every tribe, 8,000, throughout all the tribes of Israel, shall ye send to war. So there were delivered out of the thousands of Israel, 8,000 of every tribe, 12,000 armed for war. And Moses sent them to the war, 8,000 of every tribe, them and Phinehas, the son of Eleazar the priest, to the war, with the holy instruments, and the trumpets to blow in his hand. And they warred against the Midianites as the Most High commanded Moses, and they slew all the
And
males.
they slew what?
All the males.
Why did the Most High have us instructed to slay all the males?
If they want to
Wait. You have to raise your hand. This is fast. Raise your hand. Sister, raise your hand first.
You remove the strongholds first.
I'm sorry?
You remove the strongmen first.
What else? Why was the Most High specific about the males? Give the sisters a chance. But they gotta know this too. Any other sister want to fast get the ball? Little flower in the back. Exactly, because that's the seed line. If our Most High let it one male in that bloodline stay, eventually they'll raise up, rile up the rest of the nation, and rise up against us, overthrow us. So the Most High being so wise, give me Exodus 15:3. The Most High being so wise, the Most High say cut down the whole bloodline, so they don't rise up again. Just like now this captivity, don't Esau always shoot down the males? Because why? They don't want us to rise up and defend ourselves. They want us to be weak. That's why they try so hard in hardcore captivity to buck break us, psychologically damage us as men. So we don't rise up against it, so we can be docile in this captivity. So you see the Most High is very wise when it comes to war. This is why he instructed, give us specific instructions when we went to war. And we never fell when we followed the Most High's instructions. Give me Exodus 15:3. And go up to
Exodus 15, verse 3. For the Lord is a man of
the
war.
Most High is a what?
The Lord is a man of war.
The Most High God is a man of war. He's a man of war. Just like David said, the Most High said David was a man after his heart. What type of man was David? David shut down all the nations that was around our corners, around our borders. The Most High is a man of war. He required us to fight. Nowadays, do we fight physically? What type of fight are we fighting? Give me 2 Corinthians 10:4. Because a lot of our people, when we get into the truth, the first thing we want to do is get a machete, go to Washington, D.C., and take the kingdom. I know that's what my thoughts, especially after seeing Birth of a Nation. We wanted to take the kingdom. The Most High requires us to have a spiritual fight right now. Get ourselves together mentally, spiritually. And then when we take us out of this captivity, then physically we'll be ready to take down the nation. Because we're going to have to fight to get back the land. They're not going to let us walk through the welcome mat and get our homeland back. We're going to have to fight. We're going to have to shut them down.
Right, just to solidify what the brother's bringing out, this book is called Countering the Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys. Right, so this is a psychiatrist that wrote this book going into how this society targets the black male, because the black male brings forth what? The family. So if they destroy us from we're the youth, then they able to destabilize our families, destroy them from being able to grow. Because like you look at these jail systems, right? You have all these black men incarcerated, having sexual relations with each other. Okay, that can't bring forth a nation, right? Our tribes, the northern tribes, we have them in the same thing. So this we have people doing research on this. This is not something we're making up, and we can actually. That's the beauty of going into the scriptures to show forth what's actually being done in society. That shows you that the Bible is a true book. Okay, the true book of life. Is that 2 Corinthians?
Yeah, 10:4.
Second Corinthians 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds.
To the what?
The pulling down of
So the
strongholds.
Most High is not requiring for us to go get AK-47, Dracos, Techs, little pistols. The Most High is not requiring that from our people. He's requiring us to get spiritually in order. Because this is a spiritual fight. If you can't conquer your flesh, now how are you going to conquer the spirit? How are you going to rule nations? The Most High said we're going to be commanding angels one day. So this is a spiritual fight. We have to get discipline ourselves, right? Read.
Casting down imaginations.
Casting down vain imaginations. Because this kingdom is full of lust, full of transgression, full of sin. To take us away from the Most High. Read.
And every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of the Most
And
High.
everything that exalted itself against the Most High. One of the things Caesar Borgia, casting down that nonsense, right? Read.
And bring it into captivity.
Bring into what?
Into captivity.
Bring into slavery, right? Read.
Every thought to the obedience of a Mashiach Yahushua.
Even ourselves, bringing down this flesh into the obedience of the Most High. Because the scripture says the flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing. But we got to conquer ourselves because this is a fight. This is a fight the Most High requires us to fight. Everything on earth was made in tools to fight. Give me Sirach 33, verse 14. Drop that. Everything on the earth was made to have an opposition. Light against darkness, fire against water. Esau against Jacob. Everything was created in twos, in pairs. So the Most High requires for us to fight, man. Be soldiers.
Sirach 33 and 14. Good is set against evil.
Good is set of what?
Against evil.
Righteousness is set against disrighteousness, right? Wickedness, read.
And life against death.
Right?
So is the righteous against the sinner, and the sinner against the righteous.
Just like when they come against us, even our own people in the world. It shouldn't be surprising that they're going against us because we're the righteous in these last days. We're the ones that are standing boldly for the Most High like lions in these last days. Right, read.
So look upon all the works of the Most High.
Look at everything the Most High created. Dogs and cats, cats and mouse. Right, read.
And there are two and two,
Right?
one against another.
One against another because the Most High is God war. He likes to see a fight. How you going to know how righteous you are if you don't got nothing to tempt you? How you going to know how spiritual you are if you don't got no transgression to make you slip? So you can fight, so you can resist it. That's what made Job perfect. He was able to eschew wickedness. Right? Read.
I wake up last of all, as one that gathered after the great gatherers, but a blessing of the Most High profited, and filled my winepress like a gatherer of grapes.
That's it. Give me Ezekiel 37 and 10. Give me Ezekiel 37 and 10. Because we're the Most High's military. We're the ones who's going to use to punish the nation one day. That's what he tells us in Scripture. We read it. We read it all the time. When we ain't camp, we read it all the time. We know we're going to put you in captivity, Esau. Do we really believe it? Because our ultimate enemy is the man in the mirror. That's the person that's only holding you back from the kingdom. Esau's going to keep doing this thing. His judgment is written in stone already. The only man that's holding us back from the kingdom is ourselves. That's why we got to keep fighting day in and day out. Yes, sir.
Do you think that maybe deep down subconsciously they do know it or they do believe it because they never really paid for any of the things that they're very sensible they have done on this earth? And to be honest, spiritually, I speak for myself, it is kind of fun fighting with this song. Spiritually.
It is fun.
Because I always, especially on Facebook, I always get like he ends up blocking me by the time I'm done.
Well, I mean, the elite,
I have fun fighting.
the elite, they know that their time is at hand. Right, the peons, like you got these people in these agencies, the FBI, CIA, some of these people think that they're really fighting crimes or they're really trying to stop drugs. No, it's all a game. It's a masquerade. Okay? But you know, your DuPont, your Rockefellers, your Gettys, these people know, you know, the Pope of Rome, the Vatican City. They have all the documents of who we are, the true identities, the Black Madonna. Okay? The icon. What is the meaning of an icon? It's a true religious picture. They know that Christ is a so-called black man. Mary is a woman of color. They know the disciples were black men. Okay, they have all this information. Okay.
You think they know who's currently awake now?
Of course they know everything. Okay, they're saying that the Hebrew Israelite so-called religion, they say it's the fastest growing religion right now. Okay.
Another thing they did with the Hebrew Israelites, they have passed this black identity extremists.
Right.
That's another reason why they're taking all they're censoring what's called hate speech on social media and on YouTube. But then also, if they didn't know who we were, they would have never not allowed us not to read to find out who we were. Which is why they allowed us to read in certain parts of the Bible when
Right. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a spy here right now today. Or you're going to go back and tell them, yeah, you're John, you're teaching the Bible and going to Torah. You understand? We're not talking about taking over the government or anything like that. This is not nothing of men, okay? This is of the Most High God, okay? The Most High gave this planet to be ruled for a certain dispensation of time, and that time is coming to an end, okay? Through Satan, okay, through his followers, and their time is coming to an end. A lot of you on social media, Facebook, the Facebook was set up to track you. A lot of people are being this. What's that rapper? What's his name? Huh?
Is that right?
Who?
Is that right?
No, it's Tech 30 or something. That is young, huh?
6ix9ine?
No, not
They
6ix9ine.
talking about TK, went through
Oh,
like
TK.
5 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, TK that he rapped the lyrics.
he rapped the lyrics about he killed a guy. They use that same thing as records. The people going on Facebook. A lot of you, I tell you guys, you be on Facebook, putting all your information up there. You understand? They'll track you through Facebook.
5 years.
A lot of these people are getting convicted in court of stuff that they're putting on Facebook, social media. Huh? Yes, sir.
What's a black Hebrew Israelite? I keep hearing that. What is it?
What do you mean? What is it?
I mean, because if we're not black, so why?
Right. I mean, that's just a label. That's a label they put on. We are Hebrew Israelites. The only true Israelite is people of color. There's no such thing as a white Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
Listen.
If you watch like historical documentaries, they say slick things too about the black Africans, and I'm like, when were Africans ever like, when were they ever not black?
Right. They try to put all these labels and everything like that, but our people are just deceived. Okay, because we're not black. Okay, just like they're not white. Okay, if you look up the definition of white and black, you'll see why they call themselves white and they call us black. Right? But I'm gonna tell you, brothers and sisters, spend very little time on Facebook. Okay, they're tracking our people through Facebook. They're putting people in jail by stuff that they put on Facebook. So we gotta be very mindful. But the main thing, and I know a lot of people Israelite, you got an Israelite Facebook page, and you got your worldly Facebook page.
No.
Okay. On this page you are Barack. And on this other one you slick Willie on the other Facebook page. Okay. The other one the one on Barack, you got your fringes on. Okay, the other one, I don't know what the hell you got. You got the skinny jeans and some other stuff you got on the other. You gotta stop it.
Bring them out.
Okay, you gotta stop it. Huh. You say something? Uh-huh.
Yeah, sorry, I was gonna ask you, what do you think of YouTube? Because YouTube, like if I watch the videos, I do my best not to comment on anything.
Right. Well, I mean, I comment on it. A lot of times, you'll be surprised at a comment. Because a lot of times you might go on YouTube and stuff just pop up on your stuff. So all that stuff that goes, what do you call them? Algorithms, whatever, they track and everything. But a lot of times you may make a comment, they may trigger somebody's thinking. Okay, because like a lot of times someone may make a comment on our channel and I'll go up there and say something, and then they apologize, whatever like that, and you may be able to touch a soul or correct somebody in the spirit of loneliness, But even those so-called smart TVs, some of these TVs they able to look in your house. A lot of this technology they have, these smart TVs, all these stuff they have. Like you sitting in your living room and they watching you. Okay. All this so-called technology that you have. Right, you got the TV on and you're saving the world. What you doing about it? Probably got our place bugged.
They're doing that to keep an eye on everybody as far as like what they say for terrorist purposes.
But the thing about it, that's to show you that this white man really believe in the Most High God. Right? Because if you really knew, you can't stop what the Most High, the judge of the Most High bringing to America. Your hands are too short to box with the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
It sounds, what you said right now just reminds me of what I agreed with, because I saw some I had to say something to him. I saw him in the context, I had to say something. I asked him, why, if what we're saying is inaccurate, why you can't? Why don't you leave us alone?
Right.
My brother's alone.
Right.
I see you everywhere. I'm sick of him. Leave us alone.
Well, listen, when Christ said where he's at, Satan is also in the mix, right? So he wouldn't be Satan if he was in the midst of Yahushua, the Most High. Right, so he's gonna be in change pretty soon.
That's right.
All right. But I love that, you know, because it's people like, you know, like even Donald Trump. I love Donald Trump because he's a blatant, he's a sincere racist. He's not your, you know, he's not playing like acting like he's your friend. He lets you know that you're a nigga.
Not Paula Dean.
Okay, he's not the Paula Dean. Okay, he lets you know that he hates white people, and they actually had a lot of people you might know get picked up by ICE. Right? They had these so-called Mexicans that they brought up that said they've been working for Donald Trump, and they undocumented. They don't have any paper. They've been working for him for the past 10 years. Okay. So they going around arresting people, but he has undocumented so-called Mexicans working in his hotels and everything.
God, 15 years plus.
15 years, right?
Yeah.
And the guy said, do you think that Donald Trump knew that you weren't you're undocumented? He's like, yeah, he knows. Gives him tips and everything. Okay, so these people are playing games. Okay, but ultimately, give me Hosea 5:15. Hosea 5 verse 15.
The book of Hosea, chapter 5, verse 15.
Come on.
I will go and return to my place.
Come on.
Till they acknowledge their offense.
So what?
Till they acknowledge their offense.
Right. Our people have to acknowledge the offense against who? Against the Most High. That's why he's allowing all these things to happen to us. That what? We acknowledge our offense, that we call the Most High, okay? That we ask the Most High for forgiveness and we repent. Come on.
And seek my face.
And what?
And seek my face.
Right, we seek the Most High's face. Come on.
And their affliction.
And what?
And their affliction.
In our affliction. Come on.
They will seek me early.
They shall what?
Seek me early.
Listen, this is a real story. A brother that I've known for years. He had married someone, I think, in early 90s, right, to get himself straight. I guess the woman left. He never finalized. He was supposed to go in for interview. He never went to the interview. So they automatically put him on a deportation list. This is from 90s. So he's walking around thinking everything is all good. Subsequently, he got married again. Okay, so he married and everything is good, whatever. They call him in June for an interview, act like they was going to give him citizenship. Next thing you know, they got him in handcuffs. So you there thinking that, Esau forgot about stuff? Esau don't forget about anything. Actually, I was in Chicago for the summit, right? And there was a lady said she got a letter in the mail, right? For a ticket from 1983. Okay. So we here tomorrow, well, that's the past, forget about the past. Listen, they try to collect for a ticket from 1983. And there's no way possible. She said at the time she was 14 years old, so somebody must have used her name, whatever like that. Right? So Esau goes all in the past, 1983, to collect a ticket, but they tell us, well, that's the past. We can't give you reparation.
Right.
How could you give reparation to the LGBT community, but you don't want to give us a reparation for slavery?
Remember the Nazi 8-year-old that they arrested?
Right.
Where did the gays come from?
Okay. Show the total disregard for our nation. But guess what? The Most High is going to avenge our enemies.
That's right.
You don't want to give us reparation? You don't want to give us what we deserve? The Most High, that's why the scriptures say what? The saints of the Most High are going to do what? Right, we're not going to beg for it. We're not going to ask for it. Okay, we're gonna take this kingdom and we're gonna possess it for how long?
Forever and ever.
And how long?
Forever and ever.
Right, forever. So we don't need no reparation from the white man. The only reparation we want is their blood.
That's right.
Okay. We want their blood.
On the ground.
Let's go back. Ezekiel 37:10. Let's just read it. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and a breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, and exceeded great army.
So when you see in this prophecy of Ezekiel, when our people was in those dry bones, he was saying that our people being in a dead state, we wouldn't even know who we are. We wouldn't have to be speaking the Hebrew. We wouldn't be wearing our fringes, our beards. Our sisters wouldn't be wearing their dresses. That's what Ezekiel was seeing. Most I was using symbolism as the bones. Because when you look outside, our people really is dry bones.
Right.
They walk up and down in the hot sun up until nighttime, and they don't even got nowhere to go.
Right.
That's what Ezekiel was seeing. The Most High is raising us up right now to be that military, to be that army, and go defend our nation. Because, like the priest was saying, Donald Trump he's an excellent devil. He's not going to defend our people. He's not going to tell us who we are while we're in the hoods. He's here to make the issues worse for us so we can turn back onto the Most High. Let's go back into Numbers, chapter 31.
Numbers 31, verse 8. Numbers 31 and 8. Jamal, shut up his mic a little bit. Numbers 31, verse 8. And they slew the kings of Midian, beside the rest of them that were slain, namely Evi and Rakim and Zur and Hur and Rebah, 5 kings of Midian.
So they slew all the nobles of Midian. Bush, Clinton, Hillary, Donald Trump. They had no respect of persons for the higher ups of that nation, right? Read.
And Balaam also, and Balaam.
Who's Balaam? Who's Balaam? Who remembers Balaam?
Their God.
Read it again.
And Balaam, also the son of Beor, they slew with the sword.
Everybody remember that man that was on a donkey that seen the angel? What's his name? This is the same Balaam that was killed. Didn't the Most High use him to bless Israel? Didn't he use him to give the king that sent him a vision of his future destruction? Why did he get killed? Even though the Most High used him for the blessing of the nation. He's a what? At the end of the day, he's still a heathen. Just like when these heathens do something for our people in the nation, in the world, we forget. They're still of the nation. They still play a part of our destruction. Give me Romans 2 and 11. Sometimes when Esau give you $1 to catch the bus, that don't mean he's your friend. That's the Most High who gave you mercy and used them to help you out. That's what makes our people, they destroyed by a gift, man. Romans 2 and 11.
Romans 2, verse 11. For there is no respect of person with the Most High.
The Most High don't have a respect of person. The only nation on the earth that the Most High ever showed a respect of person is us. The 12 tribes of Israel. That's it. Esau could do something good for you. Ham could do something. He could give you his house, run up his credit card for you. He's still going to captivity. Destruction still coming for the nation. Because every nation played a part of the destruction of the children of Israel. Everybody got play their hand and taking a cookie out the cookie jar. Give me us Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. Every nation played a part of our destruction of our people. Sometimes we take our anger more on Esau. Esau only had us in this captivity and in the Greek captivity. What about having the Philistines? What about the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Ishmaelites? They all had a turn with us in captivity. Every nation played an equal part in the destruction of the black man. Because our downfall became their riches. Our downfall became their prosperity on this earth. Read that from Ecclesiastes 7 and 7.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Because oppression is supposed to make us mad. Even though they do something good for us, we're supposed to still be mad. Because this whole earth belongs to us. It belonged to us in the beginning, from the jump, right? Read.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
And a gift destroyed the heart. That's why some of our people was crying for reparations. Like the priest was bringing out, who's crying for reparations in you? We want blood reparations. Because it's still not going to be enough for the 400 plus years. Since the Greek captivity, they've been having us under bondage. Money's not going to do nothing. It's not going to be enough. Until they're in chains in captivity, until Yahweh sitting on the throne, it won't be enough. All right, let's go back. I seen a hand go raised up in the back. That was you, Noah? Okay. Come. Go back to Numbers.
Numbers 31, verse 9. And the children of Israel took all the women of Midian captives and their little ones, and took the spoil of all their cattle and all their flocks and all their goods. And they burnt all their cities wherein they dwelt, and all their goodly castles with fire. And they took all the spoil and all the prey, both of men and of beasts. And they brought the captives and the prey and the spoil unto Moses and Eleazar the priest, and unto the congregation of the children of Israel, unto the camp of the plains of Moab, which are by Jordan near Jericho. And Moses and Eleazar the priest, and all the princes of the congregation went forth to meet them without the camp.
Right.
And Moses was wroth with
Moses was what?
was wroth.
Why was Moses mad at the people? What were they supposed to do from the jump when they went against the Midianites? This is the Torah. That was the instruction. We went over this last night, right, with Saul. Saul was instructed to kill all the Amalekites, and he left some people alive. He left the king alive and the flocks. Just like our people were supposed to go smite the Midianites and destroy everything. What we bringing back? The woman, the little ones, the flocks, showing our disobedience to the Most High. Every time we disobey the Most High in the wilderness, what happened to us? I'm sorry? Thousands of people died. Because we got judged by nation. The Most High don't deal with individuals. Right? Read. Start from verse 12.
And they brought the captives and the prey and the spoil unto Moses and Eleazar the priest, and unto the congregation of the children of Israel, unto the camp of the plains of Moab, which are by Jordan near Jericho. And Moses and Eleazar the priest, and all the princes of the congregation, went forth to meet them without the camp. And Moses was wroth with the officers of the host, with the captains over thousands and the captains over hundreds, which came from the battle. And Moses said unto them, Have ye saved all the women alive? Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsels of Balaam to commit trespass against the Most High in a matter of Peor. And there was a plague among the congregation of the Most High.
Right.
Now therefore, kill every male among the little ones,
Right.
and kill every woman that have known man by lying with him. But all the women children that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves.
Right.
And do ye abide without the camp 7 days, whosoever have killed any person, and whosoever have touched any slain. Purify both yourselves and your captives on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day. And purify all your raiment, and all that is made of skins, and all works of goats, hair, and all things made of wood.
So Moses got wroth with to give him instruction, kill these, take the little women that have not known any man. So what's so significant about that? They were still virgins, right? To be captives. Understand? So Moses told them, separate yourselves for a dispensation of time. Why? Because during war, what happens? You kill. What comes out when you kill somebody with a sword? What's coming out? It's a lot of blood. And blood makes you what?
Unclean.
So the Most High, you can't be unclean in the midst of the camp of the Most High. Because why? The Most High walks through us. We're supposed to be unspotted, any transgression supposed to be amongst us. So the Most High needed us to separate ourselves and be clean and then come back into the camp. So it don't cause a plague to be amongst the people. Because one person could cause over 16,000 people, death in the wilderness. Because we're supposed to be our brother's keeper. Read.
21. And Eleazar the priest said unto the men of war which went to the battle, This is the ordinance of the Lord which the Most High commanded Moses. Only the gold and the silver, the brass, the iron, and the tin, and the lead, everything that may abide the fire, ye shall make it go through the fire, and it shall be clean. Nevertheless, it shall be purified with the water of separation. And all that abideth not the fire, ye shall make go through the water. And ye shall wash your clothes on the 7th day, and ye shall be clean, and afterward ye shall come into the camp. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Take the sum of the prey that was taken, both of man and of beast, that thou and Eleazar the priest and chief fathers of the congregation, and divide the prey into 2 parts, between them that took the war upon them, who went out to battle, and between all the congregation. And levy a tribute unto the Most High of men of war which went out to battle. 1 soul of 500, both of the persons and the beeves and the donkeys and the sheep.
So Moses giving them instructions to cleanse the tribute, the spoil, and to divide it amongst the nation. Because when the men of war went to war, Most High sometimes let them come back with spoil to divide amongst themselves and for the nation and for the Most High. Because the Levites were doing the service. They needed things to upkeep the tabernacle, upkeep the temple. Continue reading.
Take it of their half, and give it unto Eleazar the priest, for an heave offering of the Most High. And the children of Israel have, thou shalt take 1 portion of 50, and of the persons, of the beeves, of the donkeys, and of the flocks, of all manner of beasts, and give them unto the Levites, which keep the charge of the tabernacle of the Most High. And Moses and Eleazar the priest did as the Most High commanded Moses. And the booty, being the rest of the prey which the men of war had caught, was 600,000 and 70,000 and 5,000 sheep, and 60 and 12,000 beeves, and 60 and 1,000 donkeys, and 30 and 2,000 persons in all, of women that had not known man by lying with him. Right, so you see how much cattle and the purpose of taking the virgins that they would give seed to Israel. Okay. 36. And the half which was the portion of them that went out to war was in number 300,000 and 30,500 sheep. And the Most High's tribute of the sheep was 615. And the beeves were 30 and 6,000, of which the Most High's tribute was 312. And the donkeys were 30,500, of which the Most High's tribute was 301. And the persons were 16,000, of which the Most High's tribute was 32 persons. And Moses gave the tribute, which was the Most High's heave offering, unto Eleazar the priest, as the Most High commanded Moses. And the children of Israel's half, which Moses divided from the men, was from the men that warred. Now the half that pertained unto the congregation was 300,000 and 30,000 and 7,500 sheep, and 30 and 6,000 beeves, and 30,000 donkeys and 500. And 16,000 persons, even of the children of Israel have. Moses took 1 portion of 50, both of man and of beast, and gave them unto the Levites, which kept the charge of the tabernacle of the Most High.
So you see Moses is distributing it amongst the nation, amongst the people. You can see all these numbers. It was a lot of spoil amongst the Midianites. That the Most High placed them to come. The Most High placed us to go against them for our benefit. So we could use it for the nation. So, the Most High is always going to be with us. And that's going to happen again in these latter days. We're going to spoil the nations just like they spoiled us. And they're going to bring into our kingdom. They're going to be the ones building up our kingdom in the times to come. Give me Isaiah 61%. Isaiah 61%.
Isaiah 61 verse 10. I will greatly rejoice in the Most High. My soul shall be joyful in my power.
Like 60 and 10. 60 and 10.
Isaiah 60 verse 10. And the sons of the strangers shall build up thy walls, and their king shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gate shall be open continually.
The Most High said our dwelling place is going to be open. They're going to be free to come and read.
They shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the nations.
Men may bring what?
The forces of the nations.
They're going to be bringing in the gold, the silver, the platinum, the rubies, the diamonds, the emeralds, day in and day out. Read.
And that their kings may be bought.
Right.
For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
They shall what?
They shall perish.
Because rather they serve now, next week or the week after that, they're going to serve. And they're going to be happy to serve. They're going to be bringing the forces. All the riches that are come to Israel and to the nation. Read.
Those nations shall be utterly wasted.
It's going to be utterly wasted. Every nation that doesn't want to obey, rather they obey now, they're going to have to serve. They're going to have to bring us their best. Because them serving us and being happy serving us is like them serving the Most High. Because they can't skip us and get to the Most High. Right? Let's go back to the portion.
Numbers 31 and 48. And the officers which were over the thousands of the host, the captains of thousands and captains of hundreds, came near unto Moses. And they said unto Moses, Thy servants have taken the sum of the men of war which were under our charge, and there lacketh not one man of us.
So they're looking at Moses like, after everybody got distributed, everybody, they distributed everything amongst everybody. Now they're looking around like, yo, Barak is here, Zamar is here, Kadash is here, everybody's here. We left with 300, we came back to 300. Because in war, there's casualties, right? So everybody's looking like, what's going on? Right, read.
We have therefore brought an oblation for the Most High, what every man have gotten of jewels of gold, chains, and bracelets, rings, earrings, and tablets, to make an atonement for our souls before the Most High.
So they're bringing in offerings because why they went to war and everybody came back safe and sound. Everybody came back to their families. Because oftentimes in war, there's casualty. You may not come back. A lot of times, the scriptures don't give us exact dates. When we went to war, it wasn't a fight. War wasn't fought in one day. It wasn't fought in 1 week. It took months and sometimes a year or so. So the people were showing their gratitude to the Most High when he encamped around them. Right? Read.
And Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold of them, even all wrought jewels, and all the gold of the offering that they offered up to the Most High, of the captains of thousands and of the captains of hundreds, was 16,750 shekels. For the men of war had taken spoil, every man for himself. And Moses and Eleazar the priest took the gold of the captains of thousands and of hundreds, and brought it unto the tabernacle of the congregation for a memorial for the children of Israel before the Most High.
So we can always remember, when the Most High is with us, no nation can rise up against us, man. No nation can rise up, can even lay a finger on us when the Most High is with us. Because when we fight, when we go day in and day out and go teach our people, they want to arrest us, they want to rise up against us, they want to go get the KKK to come rise up against us, but they can't, because the Most High's angels is encamped around us. You Psalm 34 verse 7.
Psalms 34 verse 7. The angel of the Most High encamped round about them that fear him.
What?
That fear him.
That fear him. What's the fear of the Most High?
Wisdom.
It's wisdom, the law, statute, commandments. When you keep in the law, statute, commandments, there's angels camped all around about you. That's what protects you from spiritual things and the carnal things. A bus might just barely just hit you and hit somebody wicked. It's because the angels camp around you. Because they're keeping the Most High's law, statute, commandments. Don't you see little Timmy walking in the Christian church, shoot up everybody in the Christian church, everybody died? But you will never see that in a Hebrew Israelite congregation because the Most High's angels are camped around us. That's the same thing Elisha was telling his servant when the whole army came against them on a mountain. Give me 2 Kings 6 and 16 before we go back in the portion. 6 and 16. 2 Kings 6 and 16. Because sometimes when we see these ICBM missiles, FEMA camps coming in, we get scared. We think we gotta get carnal. We think we gotta get guns. I remember somebody asked a question about this not too long ago. Should we go get the strap?
Right.
Sometimes we forget the Most High is with us. That's why we lacking faith sometimes. Exactly. We gotta get the strap, get the Draco. Sometimes we gotta remember. We gotta look at what happened to our forefathers. That the Most High never forsake them. 2 Kings 6 and 16.
2 Kings 6 and 16.
Start from 15.
And when the servant of the man of Most High was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And the servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do?
So this is Elisha He rose up early in the morning and a whole host, a whole military, a whole army that camped around them. And this servant over here panicking, asking, what are we going to do? How are we going to survive this one? Right? Read.
And he answered, fear not,
Right?
for they that be with us are more than they that be with them.
He said, don't be scared. Don't be fearful. Don't be faint-hearted. Because who's rolling with us right now is we're more deep than them. Right? Read.
And Elisha prayed and said, on the one, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see.
Open his eyes that he may see. Because this spirit's all around us. The Most High keep our eyes shut so we're not aware, so we can walk by faith. What's the point of having faith if you see it? Right? Read.
And the Most High opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots.
It was full of what?
Horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha.
And what are those chariots that the scripture's talking about? What? Somebody said in the back. It's the what? It's the angels. It's the so-called UFOs that was encamped around the whole mountain. Scripture says that angel killed over 134,000 in the history when the military went against our nation. When we lost hope against the Most High. And we had a whole host of them in the mountain protecting Elisha and his servant. Read.
And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Most High and said, smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness.
Right.
And he smote them with the blindness according to the word of Elisha.
So the Most High hearkened to Elisha and smote them with blindness. That goes to show when the Most High is with us, there's no nation on this earth that can come against us. When the Most High is with us, there's not one weapon formed on this earth that can smite us. When we're keeping the Most High's law, statute, commandments, when we're under His obedience. Right, let's go back. If you want to try to read that. Oh yeah, please.
Judas 5:20.
You want to read it? Judas 5:20. Let's go back. Let's go back to Numbers.
We're gonna take a break. We'll take a break now. At this time, we're gonna try to organize the stuff that we have. We have the sandwiches, we have the water, we have the clothing, a lot of hygiene products that we're gonna actually give out to the community. So we're gonna take this time, sisters, brothers, we just try to organize. They already have the tent out there, set up the tables. So we're just gonna, go out to the community, hand out some literature, let them know that we're here for them. And, this is their safe haven in time of need. All right, so we'll take this time to take a break. Probably take a little break longer than usual because we probably still be dealing with that matter outside. All right, so we say shalom.